So when we're doing a bent over reverse fly or a lateral raise with a band, I'm going to do both because they set up the same way. The angle of the band will make as big of a difference, if not more of a difference, than how far away you are from the anchor. So most of the time, the further we are from the anchor, the harder it will be. With these particular movements, because of the directionality of the muscles that we're working, of the muscle fibers of the muscles that we're working, the angle of pull, the angle of force, the angle of resistance, however it resonates most for you, can determine more of the difficulty than just the amount of resistance based on the distance from the anchor. All of which is to say, if it feels too hard, you might not be too far away. You might actually just need to raise your anchor point a little bit. I'm very short, so I'm going to have my anchor at the bottom of the door. You might need to be 6 inches, 8 inches, a foot, maybe even if you're really tall, 1.5 feet off the ground to make these work. Whatever it is, do what you need to do and just know that that's one of your options for making this movement work for you. So we'll start with a bent over reverse fly, like our reverse flies, bent over reverse flies with the dumbbells. We're going to hinge ourselves back and we're going to swing our arms out a little bit. You'll want to be slightly behind the anchor so that you don't wrap yourself up in the band, and you'll want to do something to keep the other side of your body that's not working active. My two favorites are either pushing my arm out like I'm trying to hold something away from me, or doing that and then bringing my hand to my sternum so that I know whether or not I am rotating offline. And then without rotating, I want to just pull my shoulder blade back toward the center and let my arm follow. So for this, we'll do it one side at a time. And if this was a little bit too hard, what would probably happen is I'd get stuck here and then I'd have to turn my body. And that's what doing this and or this helps me notice is if I'm doing that, then I need to change something. And that would either be moving closer or moving the anchor point up. So those are going to be our banded reverse flies, bent over reverse flies. And then for banded lateral raises, you can either you'll stand upright and we'll do a similar movement. You can either stand behind the anchor or in front of the anchor. Sometimes one will allow for an easier movement, an easier pull. I personally prefer having the band behind me. So that's what I'm going to do here. But you can also have the band in front of you as long as you are pulling mostly in line with your body. So if you are standing close enough to a wall to support yourself on the wall, you can definitely do that. Otherwise, we'll stand a little bit further away if that's what we need to do. And again, arm out here or here, something to keep both sides active and tension through both sides of your body. My trunk is stacked here, and then I'm going to raise this just up. I need to step a little bit further forward because I just caught my butt. You're just going to raise up until your arm is roughly parallel with the ground. I'm pressing out, so my elbow is soft, but I'm trying to scrape my knuckles up the arm length bubble that is surrounding my torso. And those are going to be my banded lateral raises. Just like the bent over reverse flies, if it's too hard for this, then I kind of get stuck here and I have to rotate offline. I can either move closer to my anchor or I can move my anchor up so that I have a slightly less intense angle of pull. All right, now you try.